UDFA 53-man projection. So the Raiders, man, we've been balling out in the preseason 3-0. So here's the thing, though. We have some talented UDFAs that I'm straight up saying will make the team. These 6 UDFAs will make the team for the Oakland Raiders. And if you disagree, let me hear it on Instagram and on Twitter because it's right there below. And I'm straight up telling you, you're wrong if you don't think these guys are going to make the team. First guy I'm talking about, it's Anthony Rush, who is just, and Alicia chuckled when she saw the note, a giant human who just straight up just clogs up running lanes. Now, if you haven't watched the Raiders in the preseason, shame on you. But Anthony Rush is that guy, when he's out there on the field, everyone's like, oh my God, why is that giant man playing with all these kids? Anthony Rush is a big dude, and he looks really good. At 6'5", 350 pounds, he's by far the biggest defensive tackle right now on our team. And at only $495K, Anthony Rush is a lock to make this team. So he's got 9 tackles, 8 of which have been solo. Sure, 0 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, but when he's in the game, he's just blowing up the play. He's getting up the field, he's putting pressure in the quarterback's face, and the running backs, you watch the games, they're not running towards Anthony Rush. Why? Because he is taking on double teams, and he is really, really helping out our defensive line. Now, one of the reasons why I think we've been able to get so much pressure this preseason is because of a player like Anthony Rush. Now, this depth chart, I see some of you guys commenting, is actually the official depth chart by the Raiders. It's the one that's on ESPN. Once that changes, I'll change mine. But here's the thing. Anthony Rush is going to make this team. He is going to make that 53-man roster. And if y'all disagree with me, hey, you're just straight up wrong. So I want you guys to name a UDFA that better make the team. Name one guy. Can't name Anthony Rush because I just did it. So name one UDFA that better make the team. If you don't know what UDFA means, Google is a pretty cool thing. It also stands for undrafted free agent. So players that were not drafted and that were free agents and that the Raiders signed. So I want you guys to name a UDFA that's going to make the team. Right now, I see a lot of Keisean Nixon and Keelan Doss. Those seem to be the top 2 players. Somebody said Anthony Rush. Apparently, you don't listen very well. And then, yeah, same thing. Anthony, I'm seeing a lot of Keisean. I'm surprised, though. I didn't see any A.J. Coles in the comments section because I think A.J. Cole might be the easiest one to predict, right? He flat out beat Johnny Townsend already. Now, sure, he might not be a geography professor, okay? And then for those of you that haven't seen his funny Canada shirt yet, I encourage you to look up A.J. Cole and then type in Canada or type in t-shirt. It's pretty funny because y'all know math, believe it or not, I wasn't an A student in school. But I did try really hard, right? I did try really hard, and my mom put my grades on the fridge. But the dude can punt, and he's a very good punter that's only going to cost us $507K. But here's the other thing. He's got 15 punts, 44.8 average. He's been very good at pinning people back inside the 20, and he's got a longer 54. He's got a big leg. And since he has that big leg, he's actually also on our kickoff team. So he's got 9 kicks this year. The reason why it's only 9 is because in week 3 preseason, if you guys don't know, the Raiders, they didn't kick off the ball because the field was all screwed up in Canada, and it's why none of the players played. Sad. Now, he's got 64.2. That's his average. As you can see, I screwed that up. It's been a long day for me as well. So we'll just go to the Raiders special team depth chart here. Carlson, he's going to be our main kicker, but then A.J. Cole is our punter. Yes, I understand. It said sacks. That is a typo on my error. All good, all good. But I like A.J. Cole a lot. Pretty smile there. Also, we got Sieg there. He's going to be our long snapper. Expect Dwayne Harris, Jalen Richard to handle kick and punt returns. And Daniel Carlson is going to be very, very good. And I can't wait to see Daniel Carlson kicking some through the uprights on Monday Night Football versus the Denver Broncos. So let's get to 25K subscribers by Monday Night Football against the Broncos. I want to be able to continue to do the Raiders Report. I want to continue to give out, t-shirts, do giveaways, jersey giveaways. The easiest way that you can support the Raiders Report is by taking that link down there at the bottom, youtube.com/Raiders Report, and sending it to all your friends. Send it to as many Raider fans as you possibly have, because the more subscribers I get, the more giveaways I can do. I want to do ticket giveaways. And I've been told that if I can get to 25K by Monday Night Football, I'm actually going to be able to start doing ticket giveaways where I can give you guys tickets to go to games. We're doing event giveaways. We're doing all sorts of stuff. So if you're watching us right now on YouTube for the very first time, click subscribe. We are the most interactive YouTube channel for Raiders content. And then also, I always say click that big red button, but I had somebody tell me the other day that they were colorblind and that it's gray. So if it's dark gray, lightest shade of gray, this color gray, I don't care what it is. Click subscribe, youtube.com/Raiders Report. All right, the next UDFA that is going to make the 53-man roster is Alec Ingold, fullback out of Wisconsin. Now, I like Alec Ingold a lot. He's a very, very talented player. For those of you that don't know, he was a high school wrestler, Gatorade Player of the Year. He played linebacker at Wisconsin. He's just a grinder. And I think that's one of the reasons why Gruden went out and got this kid, because he's a very, very good athlete. That's just a tough dude. And, like, here's the thing. We used to always say there is one dude you never want to pick a fight with. It's a wrestler, because they can do shit to you that just normal people can't do, right? Just like a UFC fighter. I don't care if he's 140 pounds. I wouldn't even try to mess with him because they're going to mess you up. And Alec Ingold has looked very good this year because he's just messing dudes up. Now, he's going to make $498K. And I think one of the biggest reasons why the Raiders are going to keep him, he's a lot cheaper than Keith Smith. I mean, you're telling me I can save $1 million on fullback? I'm going to do it, especially since fullback last year, Keith Smith played in 15% of the Raiders' snaps. If Alec Ingold plays in 15% of the Raiders' snaps and we can save $1 million, that is absolutely perfect to me. So here's the Raiders running back depth chart. Alec Ingold, he will make the 53-man roster. So UDFAs that are making the 53-man, I'll loop you through the first three guys that I talked about. Anthony Rush, scheduled to make $495K. AJ Cole, trying to kick it with him. AJ, you want to come on the show? Let me know. $507K. Then Alec Ingold is scheduled to make $498K. He's going to be the fullback for the Oakland Raiders this upcoming season. So Anthony Rush, AJ Cole, Alec Ingold, y'all have an invite to kick it with me at any point this year. And here's the other thing. If you guys are watching the show, you have a chance to kick it with me Sunday before Monday Night Football against the Raiders. So September 8th, I want you guys to do this. Go to theblackhole.com/kickoff and get your event tickets. If y'all want to hang out with me, we're going to be throwing a show. There's going to be Raiderettes. Been told there's going to be some Victoria's Secret models, former Raiders players. It is going to be the biggest and baddest kickoff party that y'all have ever been to. So put this in your calendar. It is the Black Hole Kickoff Party at the Radisson Hotel, September 8th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And if you guys want to go, let me know, because I can also save you $100 a night on your hotel. And if you want ticket discount, it's promo code Mitch. It's going to save you 25%. I want to see y'all there, because we're going to throw a badass party. And the more Raider fans we get there, the better it's going to be. Here's the only thing. A lot of people have been like, Mitch, I'm going to take a drink with you. If I promise 500 people a drink, your boy's going to be dead. And I don't know if you guys want that. Maybe you do. Who knows? All right, let's get back to the 53-mans. Lester Cotton, he's going to make the team. Deserves to make the team simply because the Raiders need depth. And I think right now the position that the Raiders need the most help, it's at offensive guard. Now, Lester has had, I'll say, a okay preseason. Like, it's been solid. Nothing spectacular. But Richie Incognito, he suspended the first two games. And I expect Gabe Jackson to be out until week 7. So Gabe Jackson, he's got that MCL sprain when it was first diagnosed. It was 6 to 8 weeks. But when I hear people talking about the whole situation, I expect them to hold him out because the Raiders' bye week is in week 6. So let's get 100% healthy Gabe Jackson back for week 7. So the fact that Cotton's only going to make $497K, it's a good thing. Now here's the Raiders' offensive line depth chart. Like I said, Gabe Jackson, Richie Incognito. These will be the starters when fully healthy. But the fact that Incognito's not there and the fact that Gabe Jackson's not there, the Raiders just need some extra depth. And that's essentially when you can insert a name like Lester Cotton. Because Lester Cotton, I think, is going to be a solid backup player. Colt Miller, I expect high things from. Rodney Hudson, I expect great things from. Trent Brown, I expect great things from. So if some of these older veterans can kind of help out a younger player like Cotton, who is a UDFA, I think that is going to help him make the team. Keisean Nixon. Dude's having a solid preseason. And he's going to be a good depth player right now for the Oakland Raiders. And one of the things that Jon Gruden came out and said this offseason was that you need to have a lot of cornerbacks and you need to have a lot of depth in today's NFL. And I couldn't agree more. And the fact that Nick Nelson is about a 4 Chucky head believe it baby getting cut, and the fact that Isaiah Johnson has got an injury to his face, which I'm not sure what it is exactly, this makes me very confident in saying that Keisean Nixon is going to make the team for the Oakland Raiders. Now, this preseason, he's got 8 tackles, 8 solo, 2 pass breakups. Sure, 0 sacks, not that big of a deal. But he's actually played pretty solid. I thought he looked solid against the Cardinals. I thought he played pretty well against the Packers. Sure, he gave up like 1 bad catch. But Nixon has been, I think, a very physical corner out of South Carolina. And I'm telling you right now, he is going to make the 53-man roster. So here's our defensive back depth chart that has been balling out. I look at Trayvon Mullen. He's going to make the team to me. Isaiah Johnson makes the team. Keisean Nixon makes the team. But Nick Nelson, I do not expect him whatsoever to make the team. Garyon Conley, you need to step up. Worley, I think you need to continue to play. So overall, I want you guys to answer this question, okay? Because I was battling this one out in my mind. Who deserves to make the team more? Because to me, it was between Keisean Nixon and Tavon Coney. I like Coney more. I liked Coney more, I should say that. So for me, I'm going to type my N for Nixon. C for Coney, if you guys want to throw it in there. I just think Nixon feels a better need for us right now. And then the fact that the Raiders linebackers, I think, have actually been playing pretty solid. And Coney's been So who deserves to make the team? Type N for Nixon or C for Coney. I also want to give a shout out to everyone who's recently followed me on Instagram. I am always blown away by the interaction that the nation shows me. Y'all are my second family. So if you see your name on this list, take a screenshot, put it on Instagram, tag me in it at Mitchell Renz 365, and I'll share it to my story, put it on your story. It's the only way we're going to continue to make this show grow. It's the only way we're going to make the nation grow. So if you see your name, screenshot it, and if you want to get a shout out on the show, my Instagram's below, at Mitchell Renz 365. The last player that is going to make the 53-man, I know I made y'all wait, I know, it's Keelan Doss. Most targets, most receiving yards, most receptions, most yards after the catch, 7 first downs for the Raiders this preseason. Keelan Doss deserves to make this team, knock on wood. Yeah, because if this kid does not make the team, I might hold out. Jon and Mike, I think, have done an absolutely sensational job this entire offseason. Keelan Doss is going to make this team. And if all you got to tell me it's going to be $502K, if he doesn't make the team, another team's going to be like, yep, thank you, coming in and taking him. Keelan has done everything. 7 first down catches, 14 targets, 11 receptions, 1 touchdown. I don't care who he's been on the field with, Mike Glennon or Nathan Peterman. He's been very solid. Now, sure, you have other talented receivers on this team. Antonio Brown's the no doubt one, Tyrell Williams, Hunter Renfrow, Ryan Grant handling the slot. But straight up, he deserves to make the team over Pearsonell. He deserves to make the team over Marcel Aitman. He deserves to make the team over Keon Hatcher. Keelan Doss will make this team. So for those of you that are watching my show on YouTube, and for those of you that are watching my show right now on Facebook, I better see a lot of Y's. Because Keelan Doss deserves it. Now, normally I'm like, type Y for yes, N for no. No. Really what I should have did here is put, will Keelan Doss make the team, type Y for yes. Because Keelan Doss deserves to make this team. And Keelan, man, I don't know if you watch the Raiders Report, but I'm straight up telling you, if you want to come on the show, people please tweet at Keelan Doss because I want this kid on the show. He deserves to be on the team. I want a Keelan Doss jersey. I want to be able to give away a Keelan Doss jersey. So will Keelan Doss make the team? You better be typing Y for yes because that's the only answer I'm going to accept. So here are the 6 UDFAs that will make the 53-man roster. First off, Anthony Rush. Debatable, might be the biggest human I've ever seen. A.J. Cole, and then Alec Ingold, the fullback. We got 3 more players, though. Lester Cotton. Keisean Nixon, cornerback from South Carolina. And then my man, there is not a UDFA I think that deserves to make this team more right now than Keelan Doss, wide receiver. So those are my 6 UDFAs that are going to make the 53-man roster. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.